When it comes to smoking and vaping, both politicians and public health officials refuse to heed reality. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Reducing cigarette smoking has long been a public health goal, but in recent years, both politicians and public health officials have been doing more harm here than good. The latest example is New York Governor Kathy Hochul's proposal to raise cigarette taxes and to expand the ban on flavored vapes to all tobacco products, the biggest of which, of course, is menthol cigarettes. The purpose, advocates say, is to stop young people from taking up smoking and to induce adults to cut back or reducing a habit because of the extra cost. Nice theories, but they ignore reality. Hochul's proposed tax boost would give New York the highest cigarette tax in the nation. Already, this levy has been counterproductive. The Empire State has the country's biggest illegal cigarette market. More than half of the sales of cigarettes are smuggled in from either other states or from Native American reservations. Hochul's plan would make the unlawful market even bigger. Even her budget department acknowledges that the boost would reduce revenue. Bootlegging would rise, further undermining respect for the law. Budget officials also point out that banning all flavored tobacco products would reduce revenues over the next 2 years by several $100 million. Prohibiting menthol cigarettes, contrary to what Hochul and others claim, won't cut cigarette smoking overall. Massachusetts imposed such a ban back in 2020. Result, cigarette sales from neighboring counties of contiguous states went up, more than offsetting the decline in cigarette sales inside the state. Research shows that menthol is not the lure, some assert, to get young people to smoke. In fact, menthol smokers take up the habit later in life than do non-menthol smokers, and they smoke fewer cigarettes. Nor is menthol more addictive. The quit rate between the two groups is the same. The notion that there is a teenage smoking crisis is preposterous. Those rates have been declining for years. Teenage vaping has not been a gateway to tobacco smoking. And vaping, contrary to what critics say, is infinitely safer than smoking because it doesn't have the tars that make inhaling tobacco so lethal. Some supporters of Hochul's plan assert that big tobacco hooks African Americans to smoking through menthol cigarettes. Yet the black youth smoking rate is slightly less than that of whites, and the overall white smoking rate is higher than the black smoking rate. When it comes to vaping and cutting cigarette smoking, health officials and politicians should get their acts together. Higher taxes are counterproductive, and so are sweeping prohibitions. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions, and I look forward to being with you soon again.